On the Newshour tonight, on one side we have Siddharth Nath Singh, R. Rajagopalan, and on the other side we have Kumar Ketkar. KTS Tulsi is a member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha, Sankarshan Thakur, roving editor of the Telegraph, and Tehseen Poonawala. By the way, gentlemen, it's going to be an open debate, so feel free to come in at any point. I'll ask an opening question, then feel free to come in, intervene, listen to the other side. Let's move on. So first to the Congress party representative tonight, who I suppose is Tehseen Poonawala. He's been nominated by the Congress party to represent the Congress party point of view. And KTS Tulsi, also a member of Parliament of the Rajya Sabha. I mean, there is no argument here. You may be embarrassed at what Narendra Modi has said, but he said the fact, Tehseen. There is nothing technically wrong in what he said. The elections are coming, and on the eve of the election, somehow through the back door, you try and ensure that Robert Vadra's land deal goes through. It's as transparent as that. I'm sure it's tremendously embarrassing for you to be reminded of this, that also by the Prime Minister. You can argue about whether the Prime Minister himself should be raising these issues or not, or be talking about larger developmental issues. But the fact is, the Haryana government has done what the Prime Minister has accused it of having done. So all you can do is plead guilty and say, yes, Mr. Prime Minister, you shouldn't have embarrassed us like this, but we have done it, and what you're saying is right. It's quite regrettable and unfortunate, Mr. Poonawala, that an attempt should be made to take do something as suspect as this so blatantly and so openly. Yes, please, go ahead.
Arnab, before I begin, let me wish all your viewers a very happy Eid and a very happy Dussehra. Slightly belated on Dussehra, but very happy Eid and Dussehra. Arnab, what the Prime Minister forgets to tell you, and it is unfortunate we have a Prime Minister who peddles half-truths. What the Prime Minister of India forgets to tell you is not an inch, and I repeat, Mr. Arnab Goswami, not an inch of land was given by the Haryana government to Mr. Robert Vadra. Point number two, what the Prime Minister of India forgets to tell is that Mr. Robert Vadra got not one, not two, but 3 times his stand was vindicated by the Honorable Allahabad High Court, by the Honorable Supreme Court, by the Honorable Delhi High Court.
Please let me make argue that elsewhere.
Goswami,
argue that elsewhere.
Let me make my point.
Argue that elsewhere. No, 1 second. Argue that elsewhere. And no, 1 second. No, 1 second. Please, first of all, no, 1 second. Mr. Poonawala, just 1 minute. No, 1 minute. First of all, no, 1 second. Mr. Poonawala, what are you doing? 1 second, listen to me first. Listen to me first. Listen to me first. No, listen to me first, and then I'll let you complete. No, 1 second. The first point to you is, Mr. Poonawala, that I know my name. I know my name. You don't have to refer to me by my full name all the time. That's all right. Don't peddle half-truths on the program. That's all. Don't peddle half-truths on the program. That's all.
Peddled by the Prime Minister. Now, here's the fact. The Honorable Supreme Court told and warned the petitioner that he's been filing PILs only to link Mr. Vadra because he happens to be linked to a political party. Point number two, Mr. Goswami, the Delhi High Court judgment came out as recent as less than 10 days ago. It is the BJP government in the center. Why has the BJP government not challenged it? And my last point, Mr. Goswami, to you is the Rajasthan government, Ms. Vasundhara Raje, led by Mr. Narendra Modi, came to power in Rajasthan, promising action against Mr. Robert Vadra, peddling all kinds of half-truths. Since December, more than 10 months, they have not found an iota of evidence against Mr. Robert Vadra to register even a PE.
Tehseen Poonawala. Mr. Poonawala. Mr. Poonawala, can I ask you one question? No, can I ask you one question, Mr. Poonawala?
I will. 1 second. 10 seconds more.
Mr. Poonawala, a very long answer is not always the right answer.
1 second. Every time you hear the word Robert Vadra, you hear Ram Mandir, black money, common civil code.
Which piece of paper are you reading from?
Around the corner.
Which piece of paper are you reading from?
Shoot and scoot. This is the BJP shoot and scoot. At least I read facts, unlike the Prime Minister of India. The BJP has mastered the art of shoot and scoot, hit and run.
Okay. Now, if you, first of all, I think you've adopted a terrible tactic, and that tactic is called exhausting all your arguments in one go. You have a piece of paper somewhere below you, which you can pick up. No, I have no problem with it. It's not the DLF land deal that you should be embarrassed about. You've got a piece of paper, you read out all the points from that piece of paper. Now, I hope in that piece of paper you also have the mobile number of Mr. Robert Vadra. Because I would like you, Mr. Tehseen Poonawala, to call Mr. Robert Vadra and ask him one question on my behalf. Tell him that Mr. Vadra, is it true or not, that the same Supreme Court decision that I am trying to peddle on the Newshour, it was not based on the merits of the allegations against you, Mr. Robert Vadra, but the merits of the contents of ML Sharma's petition. Because when the Supreme Court decided to quash the PIL by ML Sharma to look into Robert Vadra's land dealings, it chose to do so because it said we will not single out Vadra and not others who are allegedly involved in the suspicious land dealings. Which means, and allow me to complete, please, now, because you must hear the other side now, Mr. Poonawala. No, you must hear. They have the patience to listen, please. This is not a Congress party meeting going on. Okay, the Supreme Court decision was not based on the merits of the allegations against Mr. Robert Vadra, but the merits of the contents of ML Sharma's petition, which are two entirely different matters. You have to be a terrible lawyer, a person half-baked in facts and unsure of the reality to be quoting something as factually incorrect as that. You can try that tactic somewhere else.
I can answer this question.
Okay, we are getting down to
answer the question. Please.
No. You let Mr. Rajagopal speak, please. You let Mr. Rajagopal speak, please, then we'll get the others.
Where is Rahul Gandhi? Where is Robert Vadra? They must answer this.
Mr. Goswami,
it is not a political question.
You run away from the answer.
It is not a legal question.
You run away from the answer
Prime
of the
Minister
question.
raised it.
You know,
it is Rahul Gandhi who has to answer this. It is Robert Vadra who has to answer this.
The question is this.
Mr. Goswami.
You see, question is this.
Mr. Goswami.
Don't go into the legality.
Why don't go? 1 second, Mr. Goswami. For your knowledge.
Arnab, let's
get Siddharth Nath Singh in and then I'll come back to you. Yes, Siddharth.
And go to the contents.
Go ahead.
Let's lower the tempers and go to the content. And the content is, this issue has been brought up because of certain facts appearing on the Deputy Commissioner's report of cancelling the, reinstating the cancel mutation of the land which was done by Ashok Khemka. And the timing has been questioned, and the timing has political also questioning to it, and there is a logical questioning that since the elections were on, the code of conduct is on, you have given this cancelled or legitimized the mutation so that the benefit goes to Robert Vadra. And that's the core of the issue. And therefore, what Mr. Poonawala is reading out on the Supreme Court, we can go in that debate also. But because you have already stated certain facts, Arnab, therefore I will not get into it. But yes, it is an important issue. Corruption is an important issue in the Haryana elections, and this land deal has been from the day one of Haryana election been an issue, and today we have raised it because of certain facts.
And why does Robert Vadra get this treatment?
So Mr.
Can I answer the question? Yes.
No, but why does my question is very simple.
Yes,
one minute.
That's what we have raised.
No, Siddharth, 1 minute, please. And Mr. Poonawala, just wait. Please hear everybody. Have the patience to listen. This is not a Congress party meeting. You see, the question is this, please. Who is Mr. Robert Vadra? What on earth are his unique qualifications? Why does he get blessed with such special treatment from the Haryana government? Which powers does he have magically which ensure that just on the eve of the state elections, Mr. Hooda remembers that there is a person called Robert Vadra whose land deal I must clear before I lose or win the elections, whatever happens. I mean, we are simply asking, who on earth is Robert Vadra is the question we are putting tonight, that he gets such special treatment. And you want to argue legally, Mr. Poonawala. I will argue legally with you, but you will not be allowed to peddle half-truths on the program.
Can I answer?
And each of those cases, the Delhi High Court judgment, the Allahabad Court judgment, and every single judgment I can question back to you, they were not on the merits of the allegations. Mr. Tulsi, why should we not talk about the timing of this case?
You're slightly wrong on the Delhi High Court
Mr. Poonawala, let others speak.
No, 1 second, you're wrong.
Let others speak. Do not believe.
Except you're wrong on
facts. Have the patience to have others speak.
Delhi High Court judgment, you're wrong on facts, Arnab, and let me answer one thing.
I am never wrong on facts, Mr. Poonawala.
You are wrong on facts. Arnab, now let me tell you two things.
Oh, Mr. Poonawala, I will come back to you. Let Mr. Tulsi speak. Do not censor other speakers. Some of them may agree with you to your own surprise. I know you don't expect anyone to agree with you, but Mr. Tulsi might. So have the patience to listen to him, Mr. Tulsi. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Arnab, I want to ask you, because your story also says that the timing is suspect.
Yes.
And you have just now posed a question to me that why is the timing What is the timing? The Prime Minister also says that the election code of conduct has been violated. And he says कि ऊपर से डंडा आया होगा, इसीलिए कि जल्दी करो, सरकार जाने वाली है. I want to know which is the fact which has been revealed which can tantamount to violation of a code of conduct. Which fact has been revealed?
So are you going to argue technically?
Letter, which according
are you going to argue technically?
No, not technically.
No. Is it true or not?
Not technically.
No. Is it true or not? Let me ask you a counter question, Mr. Tulsi.
If you don't want to admit your mistake.
Mr. Tulsi, let me ask you.
Mr. Tulsi.
Okay, 1 minute. No, 1 second. 1 minute.
Where is the timing?
No. So, Siddharth is responding to you. 1 second, Mr. Tulsi.
The timing is certainly a question.
Okay.
Mr. Tulsi, don't try to be a very good lawyer. You have been defending the Robert Vadra case, if I may recall correctly. The issue is, which Arnab is raising on the news RS, and which we have also raised. What was the hurry to clear only one property belonging to Robert Vadra, not the others? Why did you legitimize during the election period when the results, when the new government is going to be formed? So that's been the whole issue. It is the question of why the Chief Minister cleared the file of Robert Vadra's land and legitimized which was cancelled.
Which act
so that is the key issue. So let's not digress from there, and you must answer on that basis.
Is the Prime Minister not supposed to be verifying his facts?
No. Prime Minister is supposed to know, and let me be honest, we will be taking it to the election. Don't just hang on to it, and we will answer that when we go to the election commission. The issue is, who is Robert Vadra? Why this special treatment has been
why don't you accept?
Why did Mr. Hooda did it? Is he securing his place in the 24 Akbar Road? And the loyalty to the Gandhi
Siddharth, the Prime Minister is not infallible. Why don't you accept the Prime Minister of India could have made a mistake? Because the model, you see, please understand one thing. By appearing to be resistant out there to Mr. KTS Tulsi, you are actually exposing your weakness. KTS Tulsi, like a good lawyer, has focused on the technical issue and not on the moral or ethical dimension of the issue. The technical issue which Mr. Tulsi is clinging on to is the fact that the model code of conduct came into place on September 12th. However, he does not answer the question that on July 16th, at 3 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon on July 16th, a sanction was given by the Haryana government for the mutation of Robert Vadra's land. That is not an issue which Mr. Tulsi is willing to go into because it is the chink in his armor.
No,
it is the chink in his armor.
I'm willing to answer.
No, you're not, sir. I thought you're dodging it.
I'm willing to answer.
No, you are not.
No, you are not.
The issue is why this hurry and for only Robert Vadra. That is the issue.
No, please let me allow me to answer. The question is that on 16th of July, which is the date of the letter which is given on the internet site of India Today, 16th of July is not a decision.
So again you are arguing technically.
From the Deputy Commissioner to the government.
Therefore, the decision has come when the Code of Conduct has come. Where is that paper?
There was a probe committee consisting of the 3 senior-most civil servants of the government of Haryana.
Sir, please. They're all government officers, sir, owing their allegiance to the state government. Please don't tell me it was an independent committee.
That report is
the 3-member committee. No, sir, that's all. Sir, that 3-member committee of the Haryana government.
On all civil servants.
Sir, please understand. The timing is suspect. Sir, the timing is suspect.
1 year old.
No, Mr. Tulsi, you may be a great lawyer, but you are not being able to answer a basic question on the timing. The timing is, sir, the timing is suspect. Sir, the timing is suspect because even as of April this year, a year and a half after Khemka's decision, and a year and a half after the 3-member committee of the Haryana government came out with its findings, the status of Robert Vadra's land deal within the Haryana government was unknown. In other words, 1 second, sir, if I put 2 and 2 together, the Congress party realized that Robert Vadra is a huge chink in our armor. and we cannot take a decision in April before the general elections because the impact of that will be on the Congress party. Now the Congress party has realized we've already sunk to 44 and there is a great possibility of the commercial value of this land not being exploited if Hooda does not clear it. And what if Hooda does not come back to power? Then this entire commercial value of this property transaction will be lost, and therefore let's clear it now. Why can't we ask those questions? That's the question on timing, sir, which you are refusing to answer. Let's get Sankarshan Thakur into the mix. Sankarshan.
The committee's report is of October 2013.
Sir.
No one telling that report. That remains invalid.
Sir, that's a scam committee. It has nothing to do.
Okay.
It has...
Sir,
it was created to give Mr. Robert Vadra a clean chit. So let's not get into that probe committee created by Haryana government.
Sir, my question simply to the Congress party is this. What gave you the confidence somewhere between the state, and look at the timing of this. Just if you look at the decision taken in July, the decision is right in between the May 16th results and the state election. So right in between there, in a period, no, Mr. Poonawala, in a period which you thought was a blind spot, quietly go and get this cleared. Sankarshan, that's what appears to me. I don't know how it looks to you. Quietly go and get this cleared and hope that the media will not look at it.
The report was published.
Because
the report was published
Sankarshan,
in all newspapers in October.
Sir, you're on very slippery ice tonight.
Give me a chance, I'll speak.
Sankarshan, you're being very polite. Go ahead.
You know, Arnab, there are legal arguments and there are sort of administrative arguments. They have their place. To me, as I see it, this is an issue of perception. And in the public perception, Mr. Vadra lies attached to humongous wrongdoing. Let us not get away from that. Whatever may be this date, this affidavit, that affidavit, let us not even try to get away from that fact. Perception matters in politics. Despite what the courts might have said about the Prime Minister's role in the Gujarat riots, there is a perception of taint attached to him. Perception of taint attached to him for his role in the Gujarat riots. It does. Perception does matter. So to reduce everything to legality and to... No. Though you make... The point is, you know, Mr. Vadra was named after Supreme Court judges, governors, this, that on every airport as a special category who will not be frisked. Whatever gave him that right? So? The people of this country see all these things.
Of course.
What gave Mr. Robert Vadra the right to not to be frisked at Indian airports? For God's sake, there is this extra constitutionality that has hung around, appendages of the first family of the Congress, and the people have come to recognize that. And, let's not get away from that.
Sir, the legal argument does not hold, sir. I'll tell you the question is... Please.
No, it is not... I'm sorry.
Can't hold.
Members of the families of former Prime Ministers, yes. But no, why specially Robert Vadra? Why was he named specially? Is he a special category in this country?
Of course he is.
Named only if he's
accompanying device. No, and if he is, by association to a particular family, yes.
Arnab, very humbly, can I clarify the points that
have
been raised?
By association to the family of the former Prime Minister,
very humbly, can I clarify the points that have been raised?
You know, yes, please do, but before, please do make your point very humbly, but before that, Kumar Ketkar.
I thought this would be a balanced debate. Please let me clarify the point.
1 second. After Kumar Ketkar, Tehseen, after Kumar Ketkar, perception does not matter. No, my question is, Kumar Ketkar, what is going on here? I mean, does the Congress party not realize how suicidal moves like these have become? Or do you think the Congress party has gone into suicidal mode out here? That they don't care that a state government works at amazing lightning speed, all in order to, for the private benefit of one individual called Robert Vadra. Do you think that the Congress party has got some kind of a suicidal wish on this one?
You have raised three questions. One is the persona and character of Vadra. The second is the so-called timing, about which there is so much debate. And the third is the legality question. What I am
actually, there's only one question I raised, that of propriety.
Also, because you asked who is Mr. Vadra. So that question also comes. The point is, what Shankar Singh says is absolutely true. Why can't Congress understand that perception matters.
But they
and
don't
that
care.
perception will have a bearing on law as well as timing as well as politics.
Yeah.
So if Congress had understood that perception mattered, actually they lost the election because perception mattered. So at least now, after having lost the election, they should have taken care that perception continues to matter, and it will continue to matter in Haryana because elections are due in Haryana.
Let me ask you this.
Therefore they should have taken care whether July or October, whether it is right or wrong, legal or illegal, technical or not technical. They should have taken care that they do not commit.
My question is there any doubt in anyone's mind, Mr. Poonawala?
Ministers came to defend Robert Vadra.
Arnab, can I please?
Entire union ministers came to defend. When they were in government, all the union ministers came one by one to defend Robert Vadra. Now here, look at today.
Arnab, I would
what
like
is happening?
Poonawala,
with all due respect, you're not even the spokesperson of the Congress party. Neither is Mr. Tulsi.
Those things
so
have to
look
come out
at
now
how
again.
things have changed.
On what basis that clean sheet was given?
Arnab, I thought in this debate I will be allowed to make my points.
No, you can make your point, but you know there is only one point today, Tehseen. No, there is only one point today, Tehseen. Tehseen, please listen. There is only one point. My one point is who on earth is this Robert Vadra? Well, liability of a person who is today, he's like a millstone around the neck of the Congress party, a liability at the state level, a person steeped in controversies. I'm asking you, who on earth is this Robert Vadra? That the Haryana government places an undue interest in the Skylight Hospitality and DLF deal is an impression that is lent a significant amount of credibility.
Please, on your show, or is it a one-way show?
No, do you believe that Robert Vadra is getting an undue amount of interest from the Haryana government or not? Do you admit that or not? Do you believe there's a perception problem around the person called Robert Vadra or not?
Mr. Goswami, I will answer the questions, every question you raise.
Do you believe there's a perception problem around Robert Vadra or not?
Mr. Goswami, the last I checked, it was a free country. I can answer the way I want.
Sure it is, but answer my question. You can't answer your questions. You answer my questions.
I'm answering your questions.
Answer my questions.
Earlier by you.
Yes, answer my questions.
Please let me speak uninterrupted. I'm not going to take more than 2 minutes. Start timing me. Point number one, before I start, you said the perception around Mr. Robert Vadra. Yes, the perception around Mr. Robert Vadra, because of anchors like you, do not give me a fair chance to make my point.
Oh, please.
Point number one.
Oh, please, if you can argue on fact, please do. Don't give me that emotional argument out there.
Let me make my point very humbly.
No, you answer factually and not emotionally.
Mr. Goswami, it's a
and if you believe, Mr. Poonawala, if you believe that you can carry out this, Martyr Act, put out the persecution Act, Robert Vadra is being treated so badly. Who is going to believe you on that? Answer me on fact.
I have a right to speak, and
yes,
you're denying me the right.
Answer me on fact. If you can answer me on fact, answer me on fact. You answer me on fact, Mr. Poonawala. My question to you is this.
I am requesting you to let me make my
question to you, Mr. Tehseen Poonawala, is this, and I would want to hear from you whether you can answer the question. The question is very simple. Please remember this, and I want a factual response, not an emotional response from you. The fact is,
I have no emotion.
As I told you, thank you very much. Good. I know many politicians don't have emotion. The fact is that the Haryana government placed an undue amount of interest in the Skylight Hospitality and DLF deal.
That's not true.
Is an impression that is lent a significant amount of credibility by the fact that it went on to process the files related to Robert Vadra's property at surprising speed with the Chief Minister's approval for a developmental license arriving just 1 month after the land is purchased. This does not usually happen.
Let me correct you. All your facts are wrong.
I'm putting all facts in.
Can I correct you without being interrupted?
You want to argue dates?
Now,
you want to argue dates? Which is the date when Robert Vadra bought the 3.5 acres of land at the Shikopur village?
Point, or is this a debate where you're not going to let me speak? I'm fine.
When was the plot mutated?
You had me on your show. Let me clarify.
Is it true that the plot was mutated in favor of Robert Vadra's firm within 1 day of his buying the land? And is it true?
Goswami, thank you for being.
Is it true that within 1 month of that, the approval for the development license was sought? And is it true that within 11 days of that, the Chief Minister's approval came on? And is it true?
Goswami,
is it true that within 1 week of that, the Haryana government issued a letter of intent to Robert Vadra's company? Is it true or not, Mr. Poonawala? And if all of this is true, then what do you think we will say? What kind of a first citizen is Mr. Robert Vadra that he's treated
Goswami,
like that?
You do a great imitation of Fox News channel.
Why don't you answer the facts,
However,
Mr. Poonawala?
I don't think it's worth applauding. Now, can I please answer every
Mr.
point
Poonawala, you're doing a parody on yourself. Answer the facts.
Answer every point you've raised. You've spoken. Now, let me speak. Stop imitating Fox. It's
But you have no answers to my questions.
Please let me answer your
Do you
question.
have any answers to either of my questions, Mr. Poonawala? Do you have answers to any of my questions, Mr. Poonawala?
Once again, you're
Do you have answers to my questions, Mr.
Once again, you're behaving like Fox.
Do you have an answer to my questions, Mr. Poonawala?
Because it is going to be a far-reaching implication.
He's not being able to answer my question.
I want to answer.
Mr. Poonawala, you're not being able to answer my question.